Hi crafty friends, it's Maria. I have two new journals that I made, and they're actually from the same paper kit. This is Chapter 1 French Florals. So I made it two different ways. I made one very, I'll call it business casual, and one very formal journal using lots of laces and ribbons and stuff. So I'm going to take you through each one. The first one's ring bound, and the other one is using a Reader's Digest journal, and I just covered it. So let's first do the ring bound journal. So I used, obviously rings, and I put ribbon and lace, just to decorate the rings a little bit. Then I used some Chapter 1, one of their papers, and I collaged some laces. This is just some blue ribbon I had, and I wet it, if you wet it, and then soak it in a little tea for a little while, and then scrunch it out and leave it scrunched out on the side. It gets this fun, like messy, wrinkly ribbon, which I love. Okay, so let's open it up. So to open it, I have like a little hitch post here, and if you push down, the ribbon just comes off. You don't have to untie anything, and there's plenty of room for expanding, but this is just a bow that you could open. So I put the hitch post here, and this is actually a little flip out, and this is some antique lace that I bought at my store, and there's I used so much lace that I got from my antique store. My husband and I love to go antiquing. So in here I have a little card with some lace and an antique button and one of the digitals from the kit. And then also in the lace is just, I had a little leftover piece of vellum, and I just made, like, I glued the strip together, and I just made a little, like, slip out for just a little secret journaling spot. Some tea-dyed paper. And that slips back on, just like that. So I tried to use up some of my scraps for that, and those just tuck into the lace back here. And on this side there are two journaling cards in a little like postcard from the kit, and this is just a tag I made with some of that ribbon, and this just has a little polka dot lace and a little ball pin with a butterfly charm and a little white jewel charm. And I just backed this one with some of the paper from the kit and put that back in. And then if you open it up this way, okay, there is a belly band with lots of layers. It has lace. It has some crinkle paper, like that I had used to tea dye. I used, a piece from an old notebook page, and I tea dyed it. And then I have a little embellishment from the kit, and it's just on a postcard, a little embellishing, and I couldn't fit it under there, so I had to fold it over. But it's just a postcard that I did a little couple scraps on the bottom to make it match, and tucks behind there. On this side I have, this is from the kit, and so is that paper, and I made a little cluster here with some of that ribbon, a little journal card, and this is also from the kit, and it's called French Florals. And then just a piece of handmade paper that you could use anywhere in your journal. And on the bottom, this is a lace pocket, and in the lace I backed the lace with a little linen, but this is like my favorite antique lace that I purchased a bundle of it, and I'm still using it. I just adore that. Oh, and then this opens up. It's 2 pages sewn together, and inside there's a tag from the kit, and then an advertisement that you could do some journaling on the back. And that tucks inside this page. And the ribbon is to remind me that it's there. And I just put that over the edge like that. So I love that. So on this side, I used that same vintage lace as a belly band. And I have 2 little little tags, kind of. This is, looks like an envelope, but if you open it up, this is just a little piece I tucked in there. It's just a journaling space, and it closes up with that little tuck spot. So that goes back there. And then this is a little coin envelope, and I put a little tiny Tim Holtz clip, and there's a bunch of embellishments from the kit that I didn't use. Actually, these aren't from the kit. These are just 2 little journal cards. This is an embellishment that I didn't use. There's a couple places in here that I have like little envelopes where I did put extra embellishments that you could use when you're journaling using this. So I'll show you those as we go. All right, so those tuck in there. This is a little side tuck, and it has a little postcard from the kit. And this is just an old receipt that you could write on the back if you want. Fold it like that. And this is your first journal. So this ring bound journal, I use so many different tutorials to learn how to make ring bound journals. And one of them was from Wendy's Adventures. And this little clip holds the first journal. There are 3 journals in here. So the first one, if you take the clip off, it has a little flower from my garden in a little vellum window. And then it has just various tea stain papers, grid papers. This is stenciled paper for some journaling. So that is the first journal. And it just tucks out here. And because it's ring bound, you can take it out and do your journaling, or you could leave it in and do your journaling. Either way. So this is a vellum envelope I made, and behind it is a journal card. I used it as a belly band. Has a little journal card back here with a little of that. I want to say ribbon, but it's not ribbon. It's kind of just some, I don't know, what's the word? some fibers, that's the word. This is just some fun paper that I had gotten at the paper source, and you could just use that to decorate anywhere in your journal. You could rip it up if you want and use it behind some things. And there's 2 little journal tags, and those tuck in here. And what I did was I put this little label so you could tuck it in and close it. So it's a belly band. And then at the bottom I have some beautiful lace. And then we turn it over. I didn't do anything to this side. On this side, there's a little pocket here. And that has a journal card and some buttons that I sewed onto the card. And then I backed it so that you don't see the sewing. So those are for here. And this one, if you could see, has 2 little tags that are tucked in between the pocket. So if I tuck something in the pages, I used ribbons that you remember they're there. Or I remember they're there. And then you turn the page, and there's the belly band where I just put more of that beautiful handmade paper, I guess it is, and tuck that in there. This is your second journal, and I just put a little piece of tea-dyed paper and little scraps to embellish it, a little piece of ribbon just to tuck it under. And then the clip opens up to your second journal where you could do your journaling. So just a bunch of papers in there. And that one closes back up. And on the back, there's a tuck spot. It has a little journal card and another little envelope. This was from the kit. And my little puppy's here saying hello. And he probably wants me to take him out of here. So I will do that soon. But look, there's a whole bunch of little tickets and little things you could use throughout your journal, little stamps. So I stuffed that little envelope with a bunch of fun stuff to decorate. And those tuck in here. This is like I would say maybe a napkin. It's a fabric napkin I got at the antique store. And I cut it and made a pocket, and it has some of those fibers again. And this is like a little Tim Holtz jewel. Can you see the crystal there? So that's on there. And then there's another button card and another little coin envelope. And this one also has a bunch of little things from the kit, labels and such. Do you hear Cooper? That's my adorable puppy. He is my buddy. But he doesn't like it down here because he knows I'm not paying attention to him. I am having fun crafting, but he'll be fine. All right, so on the other side, there is a vellum like side pocket with some lace. And I made a little journal card with, I tied some ribbon there to keep this little cluster together. And I love this tiny little, can you see that? Tiny little daisy there. It's from that lace. And just some handmade paper that you could use for whatever you would like. So that tucks in. So this is a double pocket. Has some beautiful lace at the bottom. And again, I used that little tiny daisy. I made a little cluster. And this is piano paper. You could see the writing from the piano paper. And I just folded it in half and doubled it up so it had a little strength to it. And then I used some scraps to decorate it. Some more of that lace. And the blue like daisy lace that I had gotten. And then at the top is a long tag with a little ribbon on it that tucks back in the back over here. And it's an awkward angle I'm at because of the camera. Okay, and if you notice, there are little ribbons here to show that there's two little tags in that little side pocket. And it's a big pocket. You could fit a lot of things in there. There's a top tuck with some trim. And this is the third journal. And I just put two tiny little, well, this is a little tiny ticket. And I made this one that goes in this little tuck spot. And this is the last journal that clips open. And you have all your journal pages in here. So let's clip that back shut. And this is the back cover. Back cover has a beautiful tag that I tied and made a little trio cluster there of some of the embellishments from the kit. And the way I did the ribbon was I put two eyelets here, ran the ribbon through it, tied a bow, and then once you have this closed, all the pages, you just press down and that just loops right on. So that is my fancy one. Okay, so let's put that aside. And this is the Reader's Digest journal. So this just has some sari ribbon in blue, and I used some old ledger, and I used some fun embellishments that I have. And you open it up, and there's a pocket here. This is like a reverse of Tim Holtz die, and I put it on some book page. And you'll see, I use this as a tuck spot in certain places, but I had an extra one, so you can use that somewhere. And this is one of the tags from the kit. And I backed this page with more of that, the ledger, which is gorgeous. If I could find a date, I will. Oh, look, 1890 is the date from that old ledger that I used. So there's avocado stained doily. This is just some art paper. Has a little side, like trio tag. That's just tied with some ribbon. Some tea stained paper. This is just a little tuck spot on a piece of piano paper that opens up. Again, I doubled up the piano paper so you can have some structure to it and you can write on it. And this is just some grid paper that I had. Little side tuck here with a French receipt. That's digital. And there's the side tuck that I used with that book page and the reverse image of the die. So, you know, you get some use out of the die reverse instead of throwing it out. There's a tag I made with some of that scrap of the ledger. And I did like a little collaging. And on the back, it's a book page, but I just painted over it in some blue paint so that you could do some journaling on the back. I like the blue. I like using paint every once in a while. So I use my cut-offs and my scraps to do some collaging on the blank pages just to tie it all together. And this is more of that ledger. I used a little ruler to just make a little tab. There's another little pocket. This is just a cute little stamped image. That's on some book page. Another little cluster with scraps. This is an old poetry book that has some beautiful poetry in it. And this is the center of the first signature. Again, 3 signatures in this. This has some washi and a stamp. A little pocket with 2 journal cards on it, in it. And just some of the journaling pages that are so gorgeous. I just love this kit. This one's another one I did some design on. There's an old book page, Cooper's Getting Impatient. There's an envelope I used as a belly band. And it has a little ticket and a journal card that I made out of an old book page, and those slide behind. And inside, I think there's 2 journal cards in this. Yeah, there's that one and that one. And those tuck in there. This is a tiny little tuck spot on piano paper. And that's the first signature. So I'm just going to run through this signature. All the signatures are similar pages. This is a little trio tag that I tied together. There's a little vellum envelope. It has an authentic tea card in it. And this is just a little journal card. And inside it has a little Rolodex card in there that's tea dyed, and that's on the piano paper. This is the paper from the beautiful kit. Little side tuck. More of that ledger that folds out, and they're so fun to read. The prices, see, look at the beautiful handwriting. This is a little folder with some journal cards in there. And this is a vellum envelope. And let's see what I put in this one. I know, Cooper. Just give me another minute, okay? So there's 3 journal cards in this. So I watched someone who showed you how to print on vellum on YouTube. And it was relatively easy. And it's so much fun. They look so pretty. So I was able to print some of the images from the kit on some vellum, which was a lot of fun. This is just a little flip out, and it has like 2 tiny little tickets in each of these little pockets. Adorable. This is the center with another of those poetry pages. There's a pocket with 2 little tags in it. I know, baby. Here's another one of those that I painted on the back. Some book page. This is actually, I didn't put anything in it, but this is actually a little tuck also. Or it could just be a bottom page embellishment. A little side pocket. And this is a little envelope that you could put things in. I didn't put anything in this one, but you certainly could use that for something. Little side tuck. So you could see how different these 2 are using the same kit of papers. I just used some of that with some scraps. This is also a little tuck spot. And then the last signature. I'm just going to run through it quick because Cooper's getting very impatient. Right, baby? And this is a belly band that has a little printable that you could journal on. Tuck back there. Love the way that looks all layered up. So I am going to put these up on my Etsy shop sometime today after I take some pictures. And hope everyone's enjoying their summer. And Cooper and I are going to be off to do some fun stuff before we do some more crafting. Oh, I love this. This is a little like specimen tag, and this is a little frame. I have a die cut for that, so I put one of those in there that you can use. It's just a little clipped card. This is the piano paper, and that's the back of the journal. Has a cute little library card that I embossed. Can you see the embossing? And just a little tag. And this is the back. So I hope you enjoyed my business casual and formal journals using the antique florals from chapter 1. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.